Take a deep breath. Place your hand upon your chest. Feel how something subtle has already begun to move. You do not need to believe, you will feel it. This is not a teaching from a book, but a whisper from that place where healing flows without force. Here, the body remembers its own rhythm. It responds naturally, like a river returning to its course. This practice was never hidden because it was difficult. It was hidden because it was too simple, too luminous to be owned, too free to be sold. Ancient voices spoke of it in halls, beyond time, saying, healing is not the gaining of something new, but the soft unveiling of the light that was always within you. They taught that flesh is only the shadow of the inner sun. Every pain, every imbalance, every exhaustion, they are not enemies, but reflections of vibrations born in the unseen field of your own being. The body does not betray you. It translates you. It carries the echoes of your thoughts, the tides of your emotions, and when the current becomes heavy, matter bends beneath its weight. What you call illness is but accumulation, unspoken words lodged in the throat, truths you never digested, tears you never allowed to flow, knees that ache not from age, but from fear of bowing before life itself. The lungs do not weaken from air, but from silent cries, from grief that never left the chest. The body is not broken. It is the echo of the soul. It holds what the spirit can no longer carry alone. And when the whispers of the soul are ignored, the body begins to shout. Not as your enemy, but as your most faithful messenger. Pain is not the end. It is the beginning of return, a sacred signal that the path must be walked differently. See your body not as a battlefield, but as a mirror, a map of the vibrations you have woven. Every organ speaks in its own tongue, and only when you listen without judgment does that language reveal its healing power. True healing begins not in hospitals, but in the moment you understand. Nothing within you is random. Every imbalance carries a message. Every symptom is a call to remembrance. The body is only the shadow. The true body is the field, the luminous web of vibration that surrounds and flows through you. When the field is in harmony, the body shines. When the field fractures, the body reflects that fracture. What disturbs the field? Old fears, inherited beliefs, uncried tears, wounds buried so deeply they seem forgotten, yet they still vibrate, like background music you no longer hear, but which shapes your every step. This field does not need memory to remember. It holds the vibration of every experience unresolved. Rejection, abandonment, injustice are all become patterns, ripples in the unseen waters of your soul. The body obeys the field as the river obeys its bed. If the bed twists, the river follows. If the field cracks, the body answers, not as punishment, but as a plea, a reminder, a sacred invitation to return to wholeness. This is energetic coherence. Energy does not lie. It simply mirrors your vibration. Long ago, it was said that the field surrounding us shapes our bodies more than our bloodlines, that the cells within us bend to the chemistry of our emotions, learning to breathe the rhythm of our thoughts. When fear becomes your daily song, your cells adapt to vigilance, standing guard without rest. This constant readiness burns you, drains you, until the fire of exhaustion takes root. Yet many were taught to trust only what can be measured, to believe only in the visible. But life is woven by forces unnamed, subtle tides you cannot grasp with logic, yet you feel them in the silence of your being. That is why the ancient path did not heal with formulas. It realigned the field, for when the field remembers harmony, the body responds as a sacred instrument, tuning itself naturally to resonance. This is not done by force. It is born of listening to where the field is dense, where it trembles, where it has cracked dots. Such listening does not come from the mind. It arises from presence, from stillness, from the heart's awareness. Often, the pain you feel today is but an echo of grief you refused to touch, of guilt you buried, of disappointment you swallowed whole, ignored. These vibrations scatter the field, searching for the weakest gate within the body, the heart, if old wounds of love remain, the throat, if your voice was never heard, the gut, if control has been your prison. Each part of the body is a mirror, a doorway into the field. This is no theory. It is vibration. You feel it. You know it without words. This is why so many seek treatment, yet never heal. They mend the body, while the field remains broken. And the body, obedient, reflects the fracture again and again. Healing begins the moment you remember that vibration precedes form, that listening without ears, with silent presence, is the true medicine. The body has always spoken, but you were trained to silence it, to numb, to mask, to escape, never to understand. And yet understanding is what transforms. The body is not a punishment. It is an altar. What appears upon it is revelation, not judgment. The soul kneels at this altar, asking not to be heard with words, but to be felt in presence. Every pain is a prayer, a call to return, a reminder of what you hid in the dark. The throat burns with unsaid truth. The shoulders ache with burdens carried for all. The heart tightens with love unexpressed. The skin flares with shame. With the parts of yourself you disown. Each organ carries a message. Each symptom is a fragment of language. Incomplete sentences written in sensation. Commas where you needed pause. Exclamations silenced within. This language cannot be translated by intellect. It requires sensitivity, soft attention, and the courage to ask, what is this pain telling me? Where have I betrayed myself? What truth have I refused to honor? Every pain has its origin in vibration, and when you touch that point with presence, healing begins. This listening is sacred. It cannot be hurried. It asks for stillness, for patience, for the suspension of judgment. The body does not err. It saves you. It reveals what the mind has censored, what the soul could not carry alone. Pain is never punishment. It is the final whisper of the field. When all subtler voices were ignored. At first, it comes as a murmur. If unheard, it grows into tension. If denied, into pain, and only then into illness. The soul will always find a way to be felt. If you refuse to listen with awareness, you will listen through the body. Focus is the key. Where your attention rests, the field vibrates. What you gaze upon with presence, with real emotion, with unwavering focus, takes form, for energy obeys the clarity of consciousness. Matter is only the echo. The origin is in the gaze, not in scattered thoughts, but in living presence, in the vibration of what you feel as you observe. And the field does not answer your surface desires. It answers your vibration. If you ask for a healing, yet tremble with fear, the field echoes fear. If you long for freedom, yet dwell on burdens, the field grows heavy with that weight. Energy responds not to your words, but to the frequency you truly hold. And then, it feels as though nothing works, as though you are stuck, with no way forward. But in truth, it is not a lack of strength, not a lack of worth. It is simply a fracture of vibration between what you say and what you truly carry within. The key is hidden in focus. Focus is not just attention. It is a transmitter, a river that directs the current of your energy. Where your focus rests, the field begins to weave itself. Focus is an invisible brush, painting upon the canvas of your subtle body. But this brush does not move in haste. It only awakens when you are fully present, when what you feel and what you behold vibrate in unison. Simplicity is the true doorway. The sacred never hides in complexity. It shimmers in the obvious, in the breath before you, in the warmth of your hands. When you close your eyes and listen, breathe, feel the rhythm of inhale and exhale. Rest your awareness gently upon the place of pain, not with judgment, not with force, but with presence. And even now, the field begins to shift. Where presence shines, light enters. Where light dwells, vibration organizes, and where order returns, healing begins. No mantra will carry power if your spirit is absent. No vision will manifest if your heart vibrates with distrust. Energy listens only to what is true in this moment. It responds not to the quantity of words, but to the quality of your vibration. So begin gently, Place your awareness upon the point of your body that speaks in pain today, not to analyze, not to fix, simply to witness. Feel what pulses there, feel what hides beneath. Let it be seen. Do not try to heal. Just allow the bridge of focus to form. Through this bridge, change begins. The ancient ones whispered, the most powerful practice is the simplest, and yet it is forgotten because it seems too easy. But this ease is the secret. Focus, aligned with feeling, is the most direct key to vibrational order. It costs nothing. It requires no strain, only the rare gift of surrender. And as you train this sacred gaze, the field responds, reorganizing itself in quiet rhythm. And when the field changes, the body follows, like a mirror reflecting a softened face. Do not try to control the reflection. Tend instead to the source. What the body shows is but the echo of the field. What the field holds is but the echo of the soul. And there is another bridge, older than time itself, your breath. Breath is not mere biology. It is a language. It is the meeting point of worlds. With each inhale, you draw in the unseen. With each exhale, you release what no longer belongs. Do not doubt. Do not rush. Do not judge. Simply be. Listen, allow.